So we're now down here at Bateman's down the road from the farm. I'm gonna walk out here a little bit and look at the beans, see how they look. The main thing I was kind of wanting to look at, see if we got any weeds out here, which I'm not seeing anything, surprisingly. So yeah, I think my Matador's still holding in pretty strong here. I don't see any little stuff out here, so this should be pretty good. And yeah, I mean, we still got a nice row width there. Got a lot more cover. I'd say about next week we'll be ready to start putting on the second pass on this. Shouldn't be too bad. It looks like we'll just need some Roundup, if that even. Probably just run some Warrant, maybe a little bit of Roundup, low rate of Roundup, give it a little shot, and then she should be growing. Highway's right over there. Farm's that way, but yeah. Looks good. Looks really good. So this is kind of what I want to look at first this morning, so then I can have a game plan for this week. This is Monday, so we're gonna kind of get a good idea here as to what I got to do this week to get prepared for the next coming weeks. So with me being running a sprayer and Ross's sprayer, I also making sure that Ross knows where he's got to go next. I have to watch them both. So I'm kind of down here looking at this to see, you know, if I need to plan on having to come out here this week or waiting till next week, or what I got to do. And from what I can see, we're gonna wait till next week. Then we're gonna get a copper program figured out for this, because this looks good. This looks really good. We just gotta get through this last week of it being cold, and then we'll be able to hit it with something. So yeah, it's on the list. And hopefully this field here in this general vicinity, I will be able to do my high yield plot. Now I'm only going to do it on what the irrigation's on, so I gotta get that figured out. I gotta make a map for it as to where the irrigation is, which won't be that hard. I just got to transfer over the NH3 stuff from last year, and we should be able to get a pretty good accurate reading, and then we'll be able to spray just what's under the irrigation. The main reason I want it under an irrigation is I'm going to be spending over $100 an acre on this, so I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to turn a profit. The only way that I'm going to make sure of that is if I know that it is underneath an irrigation. If it's underneath an irrigation, then we should be good. So that's kind of one of the things I'm looking at. Yeah. But as I was saying, I gotta make sure I got a plan for me this week and for Ross this week, and a plan for me next week, and a Ross plan next week as well. It's kind of one of the things I gotta do. I know I'm trying to plan 2 weeks ahead, 2 weeks out. You never know what the weather's gonna do, but you also gotta be able to make sure that everything's gonna stay running right, and you gotta be able to keep a timely manner. As much as I hate to say it, right now is really whenever I want rain, but I also do need to get done planting. And yeah, the worst part is everything kind of came up at the same time, so whenever I get going, I'm gonna have to hammer everything at the same time. It's gonna suck. Another thing is, with how early we planted, yeah, the date still does matter, but at the same time it kind of doesn't, because it all came up at the same time. Because whenever it got warm, it all wanted to shoot out of the ground. So in other words, now I got, instead of, you know, having 300 acres that I got to do one day, or I don't know, let's say 500 acres to do in a week, you know, now I got to do double that because of everything that we planted so early. How it's going to act is it's just going to come right up out of the ground, and it's just going to start taking off. And yeah, that's a good thing, because it's got so much energy built up, it just wants to get up out of the ground and get growing. But at the same time, like I said before, I got to be able to keep up with it. So yeah, you know, I do have an 800 gallon tank and a sprayer I can run fast, but it'll probably end up being a chore later on in the year. I hope not, but you never know. So don't throw all your eggs in one basket. and we're gonna see what ends up happening. We got some really good beans this year so far. Everything's looking good, especially the corn crop. I'm interested to see what everything turns out like this year, and let's just pray for the best. Apparently we're supposed to have a drought again here in our part of the world, so I don't know, but I'm gonna go back to the house here and I'm gonna look at this corn behind the house. That's kind of the first planted corn, so we'll be able to tell what we got to do with that and our next steps on it also. So immediately at first glance, kind of what I'm looking at here is the row coverage. So we don't have any coverage really over the row yet. That should be coming here in the next couple of weeks. So this one will probably be about 3 weeks out from complete row coverage, which that's not that bad. You know, I can come in next week, put down some atrazine, or not atrazine, put down some Resicor over the top of this and get this to where you aren't going to have any weeds coming up, which what I'm looking for right now is weeds. Because if we have weeds out here, then yeah, see, like right there, that one is small enough that it can be burned up with with Resicor. So that's good. That's what I like to see. Less money I gotta spend. But you know, I'm not seeing a whole too terribly lot here, but next week it might be bigger and it might be tougher and it might be stronger and harder to kill. Something like this, even though that is just a grass plant, that still is hard to kill with Resicor, because it does have a little bit of a burn to it, but not enough to really be too effective. So we might end up having to run some Roundup over the top of this. Nothing too terribly bad, but yeah. So that's kind of a first glance thing that I look at, and then next week before we come out and spray it, I'll come out again, I'll look at it, see what I think. If we got to run some Roundup over it, then we will, depending on how big some of these weeds are, which in all reality I'll probably run Roundup over this because our house is right there. Dad don't like grass around his field in his house, so yeah. There's the farm. Whenever I was younger and I grew up, I mean, we had like a gator and everything else. So, you know, like the dumb kid in me always liked to take the Ranger and just go across the field. Yeah, dad didn't like that very much. So where that truck's sitting at through this field here, kind of that direction, this is our shooting range too. So whenever we come out here and dial in guns or just want to shoot guns or something, this is where we come. Because I mean, obviously, I don't even know if you can see it, but there's a power pole down there, way back there. That's not even the end of our ground. So there's plenty of room back there for us to do that. I don't know, I like it. Chicken barns.
Hi guys.
This is not mine.
No, it's not.
Anyways, I was just giving Ross a little bit of a lesson. Did you learn anything?
Yes.
Tell him one thing that you learned. Tell him one thing.
One thing?
One thing.
One thing.
So you mean to tell me that I sat here with you for 30 minutes and you didn't learn anything?
I did. There's so much stuff you taught me, I don't know what to tell him.
So anyways, I was just kind of giving Ross a little bit of a rundown because he's had problems before with spraying corn, with keeping on the rows or trying to avoid running over as much as what we can. So I kind of gave him a little bit of a rundown on how to manage that, maybe.
Yeah, so when you go to a corner, you just kind of don't touch the steering wheel, just back right out of it. Then you cut it, cut it like nice easy turn, and then go back into it.
So it looks pretty.
Ish.
But no, I was just kind of giving him a little bit of a rundown on how to do it. I'm not the greatest. He's not the greatest. Really, nobody's the greatest, and there's no right way to do it.
We're all human, so it's not, can't do anything perfectly.
But I figured I'd give him a little bit of a rundown and kind of show him through how I do it at least. Now, honestly, the best way to do something like that would be to have like one of the guys from Series or Nutrien come down and teach you. But yeah, so anyways, I gotta go back to work, sadly. I know you're sad about that. You just want your sprayer back, don't you?
No, you can run
it. And his new boom is supposed to be coming
hopefully this week.
Hopefully today. Do you talk to Jason?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll talk to him in a bit. But yeah, hopefully it comes here soon and we can get this hunk of junk off here and get your new upgraded, updated boom.
Yeah, let's drop this thing in the pond.
No, Ross, it's gotta be sold so we can pay for you a new one next year.
I just want to drop it in the pond.
I know you do. But hey, at least used equipment prices are like sky high right now.
It's good.
Yeah, I know. That's really good. So, anyways, I'm gonna go back to the farm. I'm gonna leave Ross to it. He's gonna do whatever he's gotta do. He's got
too.
a GoPro if he decides to use it.
I use it Saturday. Yesterday was Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, I'm gonna go back to the farm. So, I'm now up here at Russellville. I'm gonna hook up to this fuel wagon and then fill up my sprayer. Sean's been up here working on his planter. He's got it pretty well squared away. And I gotta fill mine up with fuel, grease it, make sure that everything's all right on it. I don't think I need to service it quite yet, so we should be good there. And then, yeah, we should be ready to go for, I don't think it'll be tomorrow. I think it'll be next week, but we'll see. So, yeah, anyways, we're gonna get all hooked up here. Get ready to start fresh whenever we can. This is gonna take me like 15 tries because I'm used to having a camera. So just be aware of that. Ah, there we go. So with this truck, because it's just kind of lower, most of the time I gotta flip the hitch over. It's not the right way to do it, but you know what, it works. Oh, there we go. So I think this one has about 300 gallon left in it. Oh geez, no, we got 500 in here. We'll see what it's at. We might just leave it up here or take it up to Russellville or up to Robinson. So yeah. So I just got mine filled up with fuel. Sean has plenty of fuel, he says. So I'm gonna run this up to Robinson and drop it off up there at one of our spots. So then that way it is up there where we have it if we need it or whenever we need it. Having it down here ain't bad. It's not too far. It's about 15-20 minute drive. But if we got it up there, whenever we need it there, we got it. And then I am going to come back up here or come back down here, grease this thing and make sure that we're all ready to go. The rain's kind of washed it off a little bit. I need to figure out a way to get all that dust out of that, but yeah. So anyways, let's go to the next stop. So today I'm out here watching Ross spray, and we even got a little treat for you today. So we got Emma with us. Ain't that right, Emma? So Emma's watching more than what I am, but I'm keeping tabs on him, looking where he's going, because he's going over in a Jim Miller's wheat here after a bit. So I want to make sure that, you know, he kind of has an idea of what he's doing before he goes over to Jim Miller's. He's gotten a lot better, for sure. Ooh, is he gonna do this one right? So one of the biggest problems that we've had with him here is whenever he's in these fields that have crop in them, he's been really he's been running over a lot. So I kind of told him the other day how to not run over as much, and I think he's honestly doing a really good job at it, especially compared to like what I would do. I need to go get my drone so then we can really see if we made a difference or not. But from what I can see how he's driving out here, he's being a lot more thoughtful of it. Before he wasn't really thinking whenever he pulled into the field of where he was going to exit or anything like that, how he was going to turn around, which side he needed to pull in on, or which side to be better. But I'm going to get off the road before all of my neighbors kill me.
What you guys doing? So today, see we're spraying. I'll show you what I do when I come up to an end here. And I need to turn back around and do something. With this, I won't do it like that because this is how the end is. I'm just gonna, it's not that much, so just gotta turn back around here. Using the all-wheel steer. And I need to set an AB line, but I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Get going here. Set an AB line real quick. I'm gonna set an AB line for like this, and then I will follow that AB line all the way. When I get up here to the end, I'll show you what I do. So I'm coming up on the end, as you can tell, and I'll go until it stops. I won't touch the steering wheel. Won't touch the steering wheel, and I will back up so I can kind of keep my same tracks so I don't run over more wheat than I have to. And I'll get my boom to where the last pass was, and I'll cut it slowly. Where I'm kind of lined up like that. Spray like I spray normally. So that's what I'll normally do. That's how I normally do my ends and stuff, so I don't run over. Try to minimize how much wheat I run over, because obviously we're gonna run over some. So, but try to minimize it to the least I can do. So it's a benefit of this. Instead of backing up my same tracks, if I had just kind of and turn around, I would have probably ran over more wheat than I would have done just backing up like that. So, and that's why I've been doing that. So right now, then I'm getting ready to start my long passage right now. So let's get to it. I'm gonna throw you guys out on the boom here. I'm gonna throw you guys right there. I'll show you a little bit of wheat fungicide. As you guys may have seen there, it's kind of a bit standstill right now. We gotta let this irrigation walk out of my way because I got that side done, so I can move it that way. So I gotta sit and wait for it to get moved over, so I can go ahead and shut the irrigation off and finish that pass all the way down. So it's gonna be a while. Gimme. Looks like now I can go shut the irrigation off. Don't worry about that. I gotta fix that again. But look, yeah, looks like I can go shut the irrigation off and finish my pass. So what I'll do here, I'll climb down. Climb down the ladder, climb down the ladder, climb down the ladder. Whoa. And I'll follow my row here. Try to, if I can walk, it'd be great. You guys want to know what wheat looks like? This is what it kind of looks like. Thing going on here. And when I'm spraying, when I'm spraying over top of it right now is, whoa, can't walk, is fungicide. So I'm evenly with the box. I'm just gonna kind of walk through here and not try to walk over so much wheat here. So if you look down here, you can see the irrigation is totally past where I won't run into the irrigation anymore. So walk over here and turn this irrigation off.